The questions asked by the Yaksha, and the answers given by Yudhishthira. What makes the sun rise? The creator Brahma makes the sun rise. Who is with the sun? The gods are with the sun. Who is the reason for the sun to rise? Dharma alone is the reason for the sun to set. How is he settled? In truth, the sun is settled. What makes one a scholar? By studying the Srutis, Vedas. One becomes a Srutriya, scholar. By what does one attain the highest? By penance, one attains the highest. By what does one become powerful? By controlling the mind and intellect. One becomes powerful. By what does one become intelligent? Serving the elderly makes one wise. What is the divine quality of a Brahman? Self-study, study of the Vedas, is the divine quality of a Brahman. What is their activity that resembles the pious? Their penance should be the yardstick for their pious deeds. What are their human characteristics? Death is their human characteristic. What are their sinful deeds? Backbiting, complaining about others is their necessary sinful act. What is the divinity of the Kshatriyas? The arrows and weapons they carry establish their divinity. By what activities can their pious deeds be measured? The sacrifices they perform are the reflections of their pious deeds. What is the human characteristic of the Kshatriyas? Fear is their human characteristic. What kind of action of theirs can be called a sin? Their sin is to reject the protection of people. What is the material of the sacrifice? Virtue is the material of the sacrifice. What is the sacrifice of the sacrifice? The mind is the sacrifice of the sacrifice. What is the shelter of the sacrifice? The mind is the shelter of the sacrifice, without which the sacrifice cannot be performed. The sacrifice was performed without the mind. What is the best thing for the farmer? Rain is the most valuable thing for the farmer. What is the best thing for the sower? Seeds are the best things for the sower. What is the most valuable thing for those who want wealth? A cow is the most valuable thing for those who want wealth. What is the best thing for those who choose offspring? A son is the best thing for those who want offspring. Who is there who, though intelligent, praised by the whole world, respected by all beings, and enjoying all the pleasures of the senses, is still alive and yet dead? Those who do not give anything as a gift to the gods, guests, servants, parents, and the Lord, are still breathing and yet dead. What is heavier, more important, than the earth? Only the mother is heavier, more important, than the earth. What is the sky higher? The Father is the sky higher. What moves faster than the wind? The mind can move faster than the wind. What is more numerous than grass? Thoughts are as numerous as grass. What does not close its eyes even in sleep? A fish, which is aquatic, does not close its eyes even in sleep. What does not move even after birth? An egg does not move even after its birth. What is heartless? A stone has no heart. What grows rapidly? A river grows rapidly. Who is the friend of a traveler? A companion is the friend of a traveler. Who is the friend of a home? A wife is the girlfriend of a householder. Who is the friend of a patient? A doctor is the friend. Who is the friend of one who is near death? Charity is the true friend of one who is near death. Who is the guest of all beings? Fire alone is the guest of all. What is the eternal religion? To satisfy the Lord is the eternal religion. What is equal to nectar? Only cow's milk is equal to nectar. What is this whole world? This whole world is just air. What is it that wanders alone? The sun travels alone. What is reborn even after birth? The moon is reborn even after its birth. What is the antidote to cold? Fire or heat is the antidote to cold. What is the widest field? The earth is the widest field. What is the one word that describes religion? Efficiency is the one word that describes religion. Which is the one word that describes success? Charity is the one word that describes success. Which is the one word that describes heaven? Truth is the one word that describes heaven. Which is the one word that describes happiness? Virtue is the one word that describes happiness. Which is the soul of a man? The soul of a son. Who is the friend that fortune gives him? A wife is the friend that a man gets by fortune. Which is the main support he has? Rain for crops is the main sustenance of man. Which is his refuge? Charity is his refuge. Which is praiseworthy? Efficiency is praiseworthy. Which is the greatest wealth? Vedic knowledge is the greatest wealth that one can have. Which is the best of benefits that can be obtained? Health is the best of benefits that can be obtained. Which is the supreme happiness? Contentment or peace is the supreme happiness. Which is the highest duty? The observance of non-violence is the highest duty. Which is the religion that always bears fruit? The dharma that is always fruitful is that which is stated in the Triveda. By suppressing what, people will not suffer. By suppressing the mind, people will not suffer. With whom will the alliance not be broken? The alliance made with the virtuous will not be broken. By abandoning what, one will become beloved by all. By abandoning pride, one will become beloved by all. By abandoning what, one will not become. By abandoning anger, one will not become. By abandoning what, one will become rich. By abandoning lust, one will become rich. By abandoning what, one will become happy. By abandoning greed, one will become happy. Why should one give charity to Brahmins? Charity should be given to Brahmins for religious purposes. Why should one give charity to actors and dancers? For success, one should give alms to actors and dancers. Why should one give alms to servants? For servants to serve. Why should one give alms to kings? For protection from fear, one should give alms to kings. What is the world covered with? The world is covered with knowledge. What does the world not shine with? The world does not shine with darkness or darkness. Why does one abandon his friend? One abandons his friend because of greed. Why can one go to heaven? One went to heaven because of bad association. How can a person be considered dead even though he is alive? A poor person is considered dead even though he is alive. How can a nation die? A nation without a king is like a revelation. When does Shraddha die? Shraddha performed by an uneducated or an unlearned person dies. What makes a geem, worship non-existent? A geem performed without offering dakshina becomes non-existent. What is the path one should follow? One should follow the right guidance given by a virtuous person. What is called water? The sky is called water. What is called food? Hunger, milk, curd, etc. is called food. What is called poison? Desire is called poison. What is the time suitable for performing Shraddha? The time when a suitable Brahman is found is suitable. What is the characteristic of penance? What is the characteristic of Dhamma, self-control? What are the main characteristics of forgiveness? And what is the characteristic of Rina, shame? Following one's own religion is the sign of penance. Controlling the mind is the sign of Dhamma, self-control. Tolerating enmity is forgiveness, and not doing evil deeds is the sign of Rina, shame. What is knowledge? Knowledge is knowing the divine principle. Which is not called peace? Peace of mind is called peace. Which is called kindness? Everyone's desire for happiness is called kindness. Which is simplicity? Simplicity is equanimity. Which is the enemy that humans cannot conquer? Anger is the enemy that humans cannot conquer. Which is the eternal disease in humans? Greed is the eternal disease in humans. What kind of man is considered a saint? He who desires the welfare of all beings is a saint. Who is considered an unbeliever? A ruthless person is considered an unbeliever. Which is called attachment? Lack of religious knowledge is called attachment. Which is not called ego? If one speaks too highly of oneself, it is not called ego. Which is laziness? Laziness is the lack of activity towards religion. Which is sorrow? Knowledge is sorrow. What do the sages call stability, immobility? Stability in one's own religion is stability. Which is considered patience? Sense control is patience. Which is the best bath? The best bath is the sacrifice of the excrement of the mind. Which is called charity? The protection of all beings is charity. Who is given as a scholar? A scholar is one who knows the dharma. Who is called an atheist and who is a fool? An atheist is a fool. Which is lust? The cause of samsara is called lust. Which is called ego? Knowledge mixed with foolishness is called ego. Which is called conceit? Falsehood. Pretentious dharma is called conceit, falsehood. Which is called God? The fruit of charity is called God. Which is wickedness? Blaming others is wickedness. Dharma. Artha and lust are opposites to each other. How can these be combined? Dharma, artha and lust can be combined when the wife does not interfere with religious activities. Who will attain eternal hell? Whoever calls a poor Brahman and then says that he has nothing to give, he will live eternally in hell. He who accuses the Vedas and Dharma Shastras of being false. He who slanders a Brahman who studies the Vedas and acts as they are told. He who accuses those who believe in God and divinity, and those who perform the Shraddha rites to their ancestors, saying that they are false, will become a permanent hell dweller. Dhanva. However, those who, out of greed, neither enjoy it nor give it, but say, I have nothing, will be eternally in hell. How does a man become a Brahman, whether by birth, by good conduct, by self-study, or by the study of the Vedas? One cannot become a Brahman by birth or by the acquisition of knowledge. Only by acquiring virtue can one attain duality. There is no doubt. 1. Especially a Brahman should maintain his virtue very carefully. One whose conduct is good cannot become weak. But if he becomes devoid of virtue, he is killed. When teachers, students, and those who study the scriptures engage in immoral activities, they are considered ignorant. One who engages in praiseworthy activities is a scholar, even though one has studied the 4 Vedas. One who is wicked is inferior to the Shudras. One who has restrained his senses by performing fire rituals is called a Brahman. What does one who speaks sweetly gain? One who speaks sweetly becomes beloved by all. What does one who works only after criticism gain? One who works only after criticism gains greater victory. What does one who has many friends gain? One who has many friends lives happily. What does one who practices dharma gain? One who becomes a charioteer of dharma attains the supreme state. Who are the happy ones? Those who cook vegetables in 5 or 6 parts of their house, are free from debt and have embarked on a journey are the happy ones. What is surprising in this? It is most surprising that although many living beings are seen going to Yamapuri is their last breath every day, the rest want to remain here forever. What is the path that one should follow? Logic and debate cannot come to a definite conclusion. The Vedic literatures seem to contain contradictory ideas. He who does not have an opinion different from that of others cannot become a sage. The truth about religion lies in the hearts of great devotees. Therefore, the path followed by such great devotees is the path that one should follow. What is the real news? In this world, which is full of great desire, time is cooking all living beings, using the sun as fire, the days and nights as fuel, and the months as saute. This is the news. Satisfied with Yudhishthira, Yamadharma continues to pursue itself. How do you recognize a man? The record of a man's good deeds reaches both heaven and earth. As long as the record continues, he is called a man. Who is a man who is rich in all respects? He who is equal in people, both beloved and unloved, in happiness and in persons, and in the past, present and future, is rich in all respects. Yamadharma, satisfied with the righteous people of the Pandavas, said, "O king, you who know everything have answered correctly, who is truly rich? Tell me, to whom of your brothers should I give life back?" He said, "To this, let Nakula live, is the request of Dharmaraja. Why do you want to keep Nakula, the son of your stepmother, alive? Leaving behind Bhimasena, who is very dear to you, and Arjuna, who is your main supporter?" It is no exaggeration to say that Dharmaraja's answer to Yamadharma is the eternal truth. Dharma eva hato hanti dharma rakshati rakshati. Tasmat dharmam na tayajami mano dharma hato avadit. Those who kill dharma are killed by dharma. Those who protect dharma are protected by dharma. Therefore, I cannot abandon dharma. Anrisamshyam parodharma paramarthacha me matam. Anrisamshyam chikirshyam nakulopaksha jivatu. In my opinion, non-violence is greater than the supreme good. Therefore, the people of Dharma say that Nakula should live. Countering this, Dharmaraja says that the king should be virtuous, and that both his mother Kunti and Madri should have sons. Dharmaraja says that he does not feel any difference between them and asks Nakula to give him life. Yamadharma, who was impressed by his religious path, revived all four of them and offered them boons. When Dharmarai told him that he had taken the Arani in the form of a deer, Yamadharma asked for another boon. Since the 12 years of forest exile were to be unknown for the coming year, Yudhishthira requested that the Pandavas be granted a boon so that no one would recognize them. Then, Yamadharma told them to go to the city of Virat and complete their 1-year exile. He gave them all the boons of becoming the form of their choice during that period and returned the Brahmans Arani. The Pandavas' exile also ends with the Aranya Parv, which contains the episode of Yaksha, in which the Pandavas, returning to the Brahman's cottage, return the forests to him and leave from there to spend the next year of unknown exile, as instructed by Yamadharma, march towards Viratanagara. Idam samutthanasamagatam mahat. Pitushcha putra sai ca kirtivardhanam. Pathan nara syad vijitendriyo vasi. Saputra putra shatavarsha bhag bhavet. Whoever reads this great and fame-enhancing story of the Pandavas' rebirth and the meeting of their father and sons, Yamadharma and Yudhishthira, will conquer his senses.